Okay, so we've got a Glowworm micron 30 FF, and basically the fan's knackered. The heating comes on sometimes, doesn't, and you might be able to hear that. You can kind of hear that the fans need some help. So we've bought a new fan to replace. We're going to replace the fan today, and I'm going to just take you through a quick video highlights of how to do it. So the first thing we're going to do is turn the boiler off. So we're going to isolate the power. Next thing we're going to do is access the inside of the boiler. So we're going to remove the necessary screws, take the front casing off, and then we're going to work on removing the fan. So again, we're just going to listen to what the fan sounds like when it's on. And put it close to the boiler. It's not a nice noise, and on the opposite side of the wall to this boiler, there's a bedroom directly there. The walls are stud, so you can imagine that noise will travel through and become quite a nuisance at night. And we're going to remove the casing screws now. I've isolated the boiler. There's two at the bottom, and there's one at the top somewhere, I think. Yep, there is. So we're removing the casing screws now. We've removed the boiler case, and it's just a telltale sign that the boiler, that the fan is a bit knackered. When you spin this, it should spin, well, a lot more freer than that. On the first visit it was jammed, and I've basically got it to move, but it should really run. You shouldn't hear the squeaking. It sounds laboured, it sounds really knackered. Yeah, I'm going to show you what the new fan spins like. Okay, here's our new fan, and if you watch, spins freely, spins a bit longer, and basically you can't hear a thing when it's spinning. Okay, now we're going to remove the fan. If you're unfamiliar with how to remove it, then as always, anyway, under the gas safe regulations, you should always have the manufacturer's literature at hand. If you haven't got it, it's available online, free PDF. We're going to remove the securing screw. We're going to take that out. We're going to disconnect the Jubilee clips, and we're going to slide the fan out, so we're able to then replace it. So I'll get on with that. Alright, so we've removed the securing screw, which is what's in back there. And the key is make sure you keep all your screws safe. Don't lose anything. And there's a Jubilee clip which you'll find here. Undo that, push it up. Now you can clear this, you can take the pipe out if you want. If you can clear it comfortably, clear it. I'm going to slide the fan forward, which I have done. Now it's easier for me to remove the electrical connections, so I'm going to remove them. Might be worth making a note that your neutral's at the top and your live's at the bottom, yeah, just in case. So we're going to remove them, and we're going to remove the fan, and then we're going to proceed to undo the screws and replace the fan. Okay, now we've removed our fan. I'm going to remove the elbow here, and then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to remove these three screws, and then we can remove the fan off of the plate. And you can see on our new fan where our three screws are going to go when we reseat it, and I'll show you that earlier. So all it's a case of doing is undoing the screws. It can be a little tricky sometimes because you can imagine they're under a lot of heat, but we'll remove these. If I have any problems, I'll let you know. And we're going to remove our elbow, and we're going to screw our new fan exactly how this one comes off, directly to the back plate, directly back onto there. I'll give this a clean up as well once I've removed the fan. Okay, so we've removed our three screws from underneath, and you know, a little bit of elbow grease. They came out. You can, if you look close, camera can just about work them out. It's not the clearest, but anyway, you can see the screws. I'd say corroded, but they've definitely settled in place. So you will need to make sure you unscrew them with a bit of force, and
Also make sure you use the right size Phillips head so you don't chew up the screws, because clearly if you chew the screws up you're going to be in a whole nother world of problems. So what I'm going to do now is clean the plate down, just because it's out, so why not. And then we're going to reseat the new fan. You can see the collar here has got silicone around it, as did this one. And this collar, which is here on the elbow, we're going to replace, came out when we pulled that off the fan. But we're going to remove this collar here and we're going to put this on our new fan. And I'm going to clean this down. I'm going to put the fan back on as straightforward as sticking it, lining up the holes and putting the screws back. Alright, now you can see the plate's been, I've cleaned it down nicely now. Got rid of all any debris, may as well while it's there. Also a good note and a point is that while you've taken this off, it might be a good chance to give the boiler a service, i.e. clean out the heat exchanger, you know, remove this, clean the burners, etc, etc. Give it a good service while you've got the fan out. You know, there's no better time really, and then that's done. So as I said, put this back together. Good tip, make sure the elbow goes on before you screw it all back together. It might be a little more awkward to push it into the slot. Do not tighten the Jubilee yet, because you might need to change the angle of this once it's up to make sure that it's kissing the flue in here properly, etc. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get on with a few bits and I'm going to put this back in the boiler. I'll try just exact reverse of what you've done. So slide it in a little, connect the electrical connections. It was neutral at the top, live at the bottom. I'm going to replace it exactly how it was. Connect the air hose and then slide it in, retighten, and then we'll fire up. So I'm going to get on with them bits. Alright, so put the new fan back in, and a few things you might want to know, a few tips. As you're sliding this back in, if you're not going to disconnect all of these hoses, which might not be recommended for a number of reasons, and take out all these electrical connections, you can actually twist this elbow from horizontal to a vertical facing you, and then slide the fan in and then twist it up. Also, please make a note, behind this elbow there's a band to help seal, so please make sure that the integrity of that band is good, and make sure that the Jubilee is where it was before when you tighten it up. Now I'm going to continue to tighten my Jubilee up now, as soon as my fan's in place. My retaining nuts back on, and we'll fire up. You're putting your cover back on. This is where you really want to ensure the integrity of your casing seal. As you can see, if it's broken, you want to make sure that you fill the gap where needed, and if need be, make sure you change the seal if it's in disrepair, because this is an integral part of the combustion inside that flue. So to make sure that the seal is checked as well, please. Okay, now we've put everything back together. Ensure that the casing seal was intact. And I'm going to test the flue. We're going to do a tightness test, even though we haven't touched the gas, and we have done a tightness test already, but just in case we've knocked something in the boiler, and it's a must. So we're going to follow the commissioning procedure, ensure that the appliance is working as it should be, and that'll be that job done. That's how you change a fan in the Glowworm Micron 30FF. Hope this video helps, and I look forward to creating some better quality videos and stuff, but I thought I'm going to try and get some stuff online now and just see how it goes, see if people respond to it. Obviously this is a very niche thing, only people with a Glowworm Micron are going to look at it. So like and share if you like, and I look forward to posting some more videos.